on location at Rocky Mountain Con 2016 with Big Show Entertainment Network for Super Dave Reigns and the Big Show. I am joined with by the host of Big Show Cosplay Channel, the High Priestess, and we are honored to be we're here with Adrian Paul. And you may know him from Highlander mostly, but he's got a huge body of work. And Adrian, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, you know, you've had a very, very rich career. Tell us what is your most proudest moment? You know, what accomplishment you're most proud of?
Well, obviously the largest one, I guess, is Highlander, because it spanned 119 episodes and 6 years.
They recognize you more as Duncan MacLeod or Adrian Paul?
Nowadays it's more Adrian Paul. Back then it was Duncan. I still get Duncan occasionally, but it was, you know, more Duncan back then. Now, because I've done a variety of things, I'm kind of known as Adrian.
Right.
Adrian Paul or Paul. People get it mixed up all the time.
Can you tell us about the 3 current projects you have you are working on? Dark Return of Time.
Yeah,
what is it?
I've got a film I'm about to start shooting called Christmas Story 2, which you won't have yet.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
And it's like Crash. So
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It has all these different stories, and we're about to start.
Yeah, that was cool.
Shooting it. So it's a fun little piece. So we'll see where that goes. And then I'm supposed to be going to Paris. That has been signed yet to do a quick appearance on an internet series. So there's those 2 that are currently going on.
Right. Plus, it's a trip to Paris, and who doesn't love that?
Yeah, you know, I don't mind it.
Exactly.
I don't mind it. Gosh, I've got my charity that I've got going on right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. And plus my radio show as well,
right,
which is going on. Projects-wise, I've shot a couple of small movies this year. I can't remember what they are.
Can you tell us about Film Blips Inc.?
Film Blips. Film Blips. Actually, I'm possibly directing my first film next year. Film Blips is we wanted to bring really good creative packages and great stories to the forefront. And Film Blips is I started it about 5 years ago. We really sort of build relationships around the world, and we're looking at films that are between 2 to 5 million, pretty much.
Wow, that's big. That's really big. We talked a little bit about your charity, but can you talk to us about Peace Fund and Radical Read?
The Peace Fund stands for Protect, Educate, Aid Children Everywhere. I started it in 1997 after Highlander, because I had such a large following at the time. I thought, well, why not, you know, bring other celebrities and help inspire kids in one way or another? And we started with an educational program, which is what we're going back to now, called School Makes a Difference, which is taking different celebrities into schools and creating a classroom of kids rotating through each different class that lasted, 45 minutes or so. And that class was created. It was interactive storytelling, or it might have been peer pressure, or it was arts and crafts, or martial arts, or so kids could find something that they were interested in and follow through with. And we did it in Denver. We did one in Denver many years ago. We did it in New York, in the Bronx, South Central Los Angeles. We did a bunch of, and we found that they worked very, very well. Now we are launching a brand new 2-hour show that is actually going to be much bigger, much broader reach. Our first one is at the Forum in Los Angeles with Be Strong, which is an anti-bullying campaign. We talked to the mayor of Inglewood. We had a lot of celebrities talk on that show. So now I'm able to go around. I'm going to different cities and talking to charities in those cities and finding out what is exactly happening in that city and what they do and why they do it. So that people get more informed on those different topics. The one thing I've noticed a lot is there are a lot of different organizations, and what the Peace Fund's striving to do is become the hub to bring those organizations together so that they can cross-pollinate ideas. Doesn't mean their funding is affected, it means them to figure out you as one organization and you as another might have exactly the same goals, but you're coming at it in a different way, and maybe you can help you solve something that you hadn't thought about before. And we have done that on Peace Farm Radio and at the Peace Farm.
Right, that's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds like you've built one heck of a network.
We are building one heck of a network.
Yeah, exactly. Well, congratulations on that. Let me ask you, you've had a long career. We won't go into numbers because I'm up there too.
Yeah, right.
What do you enjoy most, directing, film, or television? You've done them all.
It's a different medium. I mean, the TV now has so many great scripts and great writers because the money's there.
Yeah.
I mean, independent movies have suffered over the years, and now they're beginning to come back. But I like the fact of, as an actor, I like the fact of doing a job and walking away and doing another job, rather than doing the same thing over and over and over. So, the thing is that when you go from one to another, I like Highlander. Highlander was a show that I kind of played a different character every week.
Yeah.
It wasn't what they call a procedural type of show where it's the same characters solving a different problem.
Right.
There, I was playing a different character going back in time. Like you and I are different as we get older through our lives.
That's true.
He had 400 years to do that. So at some point, I'm more drunk. Another time, I'm more passive. More of a pacifist, then another time more of a warrior. Now, so each time his personality changed. So that was fun. So taking that to film, you're able to create a character and then walk away and do another one. So, but there are some great series out there as well that you can actually get your teeth into these days, more so than it was when I was doing Highlander. Yeah.
Of all of the characters that you've played, who do you relate to the most?
Who do I relate to the most?
Yes, most like you, somebody you'd want to hang out with.
None of them. I don't want to hang out with any of those guys. No, I mean, when you play a character, there is a piece of you in every single character you play, or a dark place that you don't usually want to show people, and you can play it in a character that you play.
Right.
So, obviously, Duncan MacLeod was the longest running character I've played. I mean, I've done other series. I did War of the Worlds back in '91. I did Tracker. I did the Colbys when I first started back in 1985.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's leave that alone. But all those were a piece of what you bring as an actor. So the one that's closest to who I kind of believed, and actually who changed me, was Duncan MacLeod, because his values that we created actually made me create the Peace Fund eventually. So,
Thank you so much for coming on Big Show Entertainment Network, Super Dave Raines and the Big Show. It's been a pleasure to talk with you today. We look forward to seeing you again, especially when you're in the Denver area. And for the High Priestess, we've got Adrian Paul.
Adrian MacLeod, that's an interesting
I know.
song, wasn't it?
Speaking of, does anybody ever call you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, apparently it happens all the time.
Yeah, so Adrian Paul, you know him as Duncan MacLeod from Highlander, right here on Big Show Entertainment Network. And until next time, I'm Super Dave Raines. Own the love.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.